So I'm using some substitutions in this recipe because there are ingredients that I just don't have on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and use up what I do have, and we'll see how she turns out. For example, I need a medium diced onion. I do have that. Here we're going to dice up this little sucker. I don't have a tomato. It needs a small diced tomato. Obviously you want to use freshest if you got it, but I don't, so I'm using a can. Also calls for some frozen corn. I don't have that, but I do have baby corn on the cob. They're delicious. I love that. And then we need to do some rice. I've got this gluten-free blended wild brown and red, different yumminess here that we're going to use for our rice. And then I got some cheese. This is just a couple leftover bags of cheese. We need about a cup of shredded pepper jack cheese. This is a 3-cheese Italian blend. So yeah, definitely some substitutions, but I think it's all going to work out. All right, let's go ahead and dice this bad boy up. I'm going to cut this stem off. I want to do these real thin as I can so that when we saute, they get translucent in the pan quicker. I love this press and seal stuff. Just kind of break it up into little dicey pieces. So when I built this island, I put this awesome power strip right here so I could plug all of our appliances in, and I didn't have to put outlets really anywhere else. And we can keep all of our, plug-in appliances, blenders, things like that right there. So the reason I'm telling you that is just because we're going to cook the wild rice in the Instant Pot, and it plugs in right there, and it's super convenient. Wild rice. Well, first we need to rinse the rice because it's got all kinds of dust and who knows what's in there other than rice. All right, let's give it a good rinse like that. Rice into the Instant Pot. And we're going to add 1.5 cups of cold water. If you don't have an Instant Pot, I highly recommend them. They're super easy to use and they make food that normally takes a whole long time cook super fast. About a teaspoon of olive oil. Just a little bit. Helps keep it from getting all sticky and clumpy and gross. And a little bit of salt. There we go. Put the lid on. Make sure the vent is on sealing, not venting. Pressure cook, manual, normal, 15 minutes. Now, since I'm only doing 3 peppers, because that's all I have, I'm just going to use an 8x6 casserole dish. Normally you'd use like a 9x13 or whatever. Grease the bottom. This is just spray olive oil, organic extra virgin olive oil. Bake, 400, preheat, start. Now let's get these peppers ready. First, wash them, obviously. First, we want to make sure the pepper stands up. So to do that, slice a nice flat piece off the bottom, but don't go through the whole pepper. Just make it so it'll stand up on its own. Oh, that one's a little roly-poly. So, nice. Does not want to cooperate. All right. Pull all the seeds out, and then scoop out the rest of that rib. If you have a couple seeds, it's not a huge deal. Take a spoon, pull out all the junk, so you have just a nice little cavity. There you go. A little pepper that stands up by itself. It makes it easier if you don't slice the whole thing off, and then, because that leaves all the guts inside that you have to scoop out. So I try to kind of do it like you would carving a pumpkin. Got that little lid, pop it out, and you get seeds. It is Halloween. I'm gonna make these Halloween, vegetarian Halloween stuffed peppers. How freaking cool would that be? Not real sure what inspired me to do this nerdy Martha Stewart thing today, but that's what you get. So once we have the filling in here, make the mouth not too big, but big enough that like the filling will come out and it'll look like he's just bleh. Eyes, nose, mouth. Blech. All right, now we need to make the filling. So we're gonna heat a pan. Medium heat, olive oil. Add the onions. Let those saute till they become translucent. This does not take very long, about a minute, maybe 2. Gonna add some garlic salt. Garlic and onion. Pretty much put garlic and onion in everything I make because it's delicious and it's pretty good for you. Take a can of diced tomatoes. I drained them off and I'm just putting the tomatoes in there without all the juice. And we're gonna let that cook. Spread it out, even heat. Now I'm taking my baby corn because I don't have frozen corn. Add beans. Stir. Can run low to medium heat here. And we're layering in ingredients after about a minute each time. So onions, 1 minute. Add tomatoes, 1 more minute. Add your corn, 1 minute. Beans. Now you need a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of chili powder. So good. Basically that's your homemade taco seasoning / Dorito seasoning. And the good thing about this is when you finish stuffing your peppers, you can use the leftovers over nachos. Put down a bunch of tortilla chips, put them in the oven for a little while, a little bit to get them crunchy, then pour this over the top, sprinkle the top with cheese. Then you got a big snack for football night. Now we need the rice, so once it beeps and it's done cooking, wait for the vent. Wait for this little vent to go down like it is here. Then you can move this from there to there. To vent, it's basically already vented, so there's no pressure. Now you can open it. "15 minutes, wild rice." Add the rice to the pan, stir that in. Now we got our vegetarian stuffed bell pepper filling. All right, now we're gonna take it off the heat. Add our cheese. You want about a cup and a half. I'm just using what I have left here. Stir this in real good, get it all melty. Just kind of fold it. You want to do this with the heat off so you're not getting it all burnt and stupid, but you still want it to melt like it is here, just using the residual heat of your mixture. See, it's getting all cheesy and gooey and good. Now we got to stuff the peppers. Take your cheesy goodness and stuff it in there. That. There's a jack-o'-lantern stuffed pepper that's about to throw up. What am I gonna, what can I say? You want to stuff these as quickly as you can after pulling the pan off of the stove, because your cheese will start setting up, and then you'll have kind of a mess to work with. You want it to kind of be oozy, not concrete. I'm going to clean them up so that it doesn't look like a 2-year-old did it. Granite countertop. Use a cooling rack. Don't put a hot casserole dish directly on your cold granite countertop. Bad things could happen. I added a little more time. I added an extra 10 minutes because the peppers were a little crunchy and I wanted them a little more done. So instead of 30 minutes, I went in 40 minutes. Now we're going to see how they look. If you want, you can put it on broil for about 3 minutes and kind of toast the top, but I think those are pretty good. There you have it. Spooky Halloween jack-o'-lantern stuffed peppers, vegetarian style. So it took about 15 minutes to prep, 40 minutes to bake. Turned out great. This is the vegetarian version. You can make it with meat if you want. Let me know in the comments below if you make it and what you do to it, but we're gonna dig in and chow down. So that's gonna do it for this video. We'll see you in the next one. Happy Halloween. Peace.